Hello, my name is Andrew Creek. I am a filmmaker based in South Wales with previous directing credits on a short film broadcast on the BBC, as well as recently winning Best Short Film at a film festival. I am currently studying a Masters in Film Directing to help me fine-tune my craft, and I have arrived at the point of the course where I must produce my final major project. I've had a really personal project developing in the back of my mind for quite some time, and I decided that now is the perfect time to make this film a reality. While growing up and continuing to this day, my grandpa's been telling me stories of his childhood in the war, from stories of his father fighting on the front lines to how his mother would cope with day-to-day life, and I've always wanted to turn this into a film. The main story that helped influence this film was the fact that when soldiers wrote home, they were unable to say where they were, but my great-grandfather found the loophole that he was allowed to send postcards.
In the war, my father would send on odd occasions illustrated postcards which would tell my mother more or less where he was stationed at the time. On these postcards he would just put, "Dear Gladys, love Bill." And of course when my father sent the postcard, it was always an illustrated postcard of the place where he was. So when he went to Ireland, he sent a postcard showing Ireland. When he went to Germany, he sent one which was showing Berlin, and then when he went then to Norway, he sent one from there.
From these stories, I developed the idea of my film, A Postcard from Bill, which follows my great-grandmother Gladys as she deals with the anxieties of not knowing if her husband is alive and well, while also having to protect her son Gordon and her evacuee Johnny, who lives with her.
So this sort of eased the pressure on my mother, because if there was a gap in not receiving letters, she was always wondering, well, what has happened? Has something happened to him?
This film is a deep look at an area of the war which isn't often covered on screen. The little villages that weren't bombed but were still affected by the war in other ways. I wanted this film to be as ambitious as possible, as it will be my calling card as a director. Filmmaking has always been an expensive task, but adding in the fact that this is a period film in the 1940s gives us more challenges and more obstacles to overcome.
We're asking to support a card from Bill. I think it's very important that youngsters today can see these films, because although we see lots and lots of war films and bombings and this, that and the other, very little is ever said about the women that stayed at home waiting to hear from their husbands when they were in various different countries.
So any donation that you can make to make this film, for me and for my grandfather, would be much appreciated.
So please support A Card for Bill.